Your picture says, I only
Well,
debate my equals, all others I teach.
yeah, that's John Henrik Clarke, the founder of Africana Studies.
Yeah, I really like that particular quote, and I was just surprised to see it, so that's why I was commenting on it.
I don't know. I'm remembering an old show that I was on ages ago that we had Venom Fang X on, and Womble came on to try and instruct him on how geology actually fucking works. And he was just being a dick to her, and she's like, "I'm not making assertions. I'm trying to educate you."
Venom Fang X lives near me.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Aren't you lucky?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Wait. Is that he used to live by you, or do you live near the Hoban compound?
No. He when he was growing up and doing the videos that he got in trouble with,
Oh, okay.
all those videos he got in trouble with all the copyright stuff.
No, these days he's actually living in Florida in the Hoban compound's broom closet.
Oh, lovely.
Well, at least he's out of Canada.
Yep.
He is Canadian?
Yes, he's Canadian. And
Yeah,
on behalf of Canada, I apologize.
Yeah.
He's on our wall of shame, just like Jubilee and Harper.
Justin Bieber,
Justin Bieber, yeah.
Celine Dion.
Well, Celine Dion's sort of debatable, but
It
She's
depends.
redeemable.
It depends on who you ask. I don't
Exactly.
find her redeemable, but I have taste.
I hear you. But yeah, we're all agreed on the Bieber. That girl can stay at the States.
The Beebs.
If I want to see Biebs, I'll go down to the beach.
No, those were the boobs lie. That's where they reside.
Well, anybody calls themselves Biebs is a boob. So,
Not a believer. Oh man, I'm trying to clean up some more. I've been neglecting my husbandly duties since I am now the domestic one. So.
Wait a minute. I thought you said you performed your domestic duties last night.
Well, no, that was.
No. That's
More
not
like
a domestic duty.
That's a husbandly duty.
Oh, what did I say? Domestic?
You said domestic, yeah.
I'm sorry, I meant
Husbandly duty and domestic duty is two very different things.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
One's cleaning up.
Absolutely.
No, I meant to say husbandly, but my brain fucking thing.
Well, husbandly duty would be, can you please clean over there? That would be a husbandly duty.
No, husbandly duty is
A
just...
domestic duty is you go there and clean it. But,
I thought the husbandly duty was whenever they say, "Can you reach that for me?"
Or can you open this jar?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That
Can you
was-
open this, dear?
That's one of my favorites. I'm 5'2", so I'm constantly the one who asks, can somebody reach that for me? Can someone open this for me?
Yeah, I'm actually 6'2", and one of my ex-girlfriends was 5 foot even, and she used to just look at me and say, "Go, gadget arms," whenever she couldn't reach something.
Yes.
The flip side now is that when tall people have things on the floor, they'll just ask you, "Can you pick that up for me?"
Yep, they do.
I get really pissed off at my wife because she doesn't like things on the counter, and our counter in our bathroom is right at my knees, so I have to end up almost bending down 90 degrees, and then actually no, more than 90 degrees to try and get whatever's under there. So I said, you know what? There are certain items that I'm always going to use: toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, and maybe one or two other things. I want those on the counter so I'm not bending myself in half to get there. And so I'm like, we had to come to some type of understanding here, and that understanding has still not been met.
All right, Drag. Then what you need to do is put a high shelf in the bathroom and put all those items on there.
Oh no, it's already like that. We have a stackable washer and dryer, and then my wife's about 5'2", and so the top of the dryer is where all of our products reside for the the bleach and detergent and everything. So every time she does the clothes, I have to go up there and retrieve it.
I'm sorry to tell you guys, I don't want to offend anybody, but you're not evolved enough. I've got 2 kids for that chores. So.
Well, mine is still growing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You're preparing for that. Cool.
Yeah, you have to wait till they get old enough that they actually become useful.
Yeah, mine's just starting to become useful. He's turning 9 in less than a month. He's turning no, sorry, just over a month. He's turning 9, so he's finally at that age where I can like say,
Nine is still useless. I mean, up until the point that it cannot sharpen the blades of the lawnmower, they're useless.
I live in a condo, like flat type thing. So I don't need grass cut. I have someone who does that.
Okay.
Nice.
Someone who can chase off the lion should it come to your door.
Ah!
Well, I did that with a religious folk.
Oh, wait.
That's what my katana's for.
Ooh! 5'2" and a sword. I love it.
So many weird boners going up right now.
Yeah, I don't actually technically have a proper one right now. However, if I can get this sucker cleaned up. In discussions, I use this as my Occam's razor.
Oh,
I'm sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Hold on a second. I got to do some stuff. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But this is my Occam's razor prop,
nice.
which is really funny because of the kind of arguments that I deal with on here, and second, no blade. No
Occam's
actual
razor
blade.
does not have to be sharp.
You need to
For
sync
these
up your.
arguments, it doesn't need to be sharp. No,
No,
Just concise.
who you're dealing with aren't sharp either. So
no, as fucking dull as they are.
you need to sync up that text notification on your phone with that.
Yep, that's actually in part why I have that on the phone too. But anyway. Weird hour a day. Supposed to be doing writing this week. I might have to take a week off. We'll see.
I was surprised to see you hang out this early.
Well, you know, I had been over the summer trying to run what I was referring to as lounges, you know, on-air hangouts that anyone could come to and this and that were public for anyone. And that's what ended up getting my regular channel shut down for doing standard content. My ability to live stream was revoked because some little idiot came in and said, let's try to show porn. And I'd taken every fucking rational precaution. So apparently, if I'm going to consider doing such a thing, I'm going to have to make sure there's no fucking video, no audio. Kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because the no video, you know, you need that naturally. But the no audio you need to put in just so they don't try to play commercial crap. Good fucking grief. I mean, this is the thing is, Google's changed their policy so that whatever happens in any kind of on-air broadcast, hangout, whatever, is completely the fault of the host, regardless of what happens. You know, if I was sitting here walking around with my PJs and one of my dogs went to jump up on me and pantsed me, and this was obviously something that was not intended, I would still have a community guideline strike.
I got a copyright strike.
Really?
A friend of mine had done a video on God's Not Dead, and it had been DMCA'd. Well, this is months ago. And I had uploaded the video as a, you know, this shouldn't have been DMCA'd type video. And 2 days ago, I think it was, someone named $1 Billion Joe or something like that tried to say that he owned the rights to the video. So we're fighting right now.
What the hell?
Oh, there's people who go around claiming copyrights to things that they don't actually own, so that Google or YouTube sides with them because you can't fight it, and any revenue you make on it goes to them instead of you.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But there wasn't any revenue on the video because I don't
They
monetize.
just do it to everything, hoping they hit something.
They don't necessarily know what is or isn't monetized. They go
Right.
after key things that they seem to think are trending and this and that, claim ownership even though they don't fucking own it. And during the dispute, any revenue that would be gained off of it, they get.
Yeah. You do it once or twice, you're only making pennies. You do it
they don't know
hundreds
other
of
videos
times, you make
monetized
more
or
money
not
now.
when they do it.
Yeah.
Google looks at it like they do porn bombing. They don't care. They victim blame.
Yeah.
Guilty until proven innocent, and they don't care if you're innocent. Unless, of course, you're making $1 million a fucking video, like certain YouTubers.
Yeah, and when you're making that much, then you actually have one of these networks that'll fight your battles for you, which take a cut of it and all this other crap. For somebody like me, there'd be absolutely no benefit in that.
No.
All I'd do is just lose whatever funds. They'd take more than I would be getting, because I don't monetize shit.
And with the way YouTube works, you'd spend it all on friggin' lawyers anyway.
Yeah.
Only for it to be thrown out because the judges still don't understand the MCA and they still don't understand.
Well, no. There's more than that. It's you sitting there with the fucking lawyer that you could barely fucking afford versus their panel of 10.
See, that's why I am kind of glad.
You don't need a jury to fill the room. They've got their fucking lawyers.
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm a former lawyer in this particular instances because I can fight this shit without having to hire anybody.
Headless.
Yeah.
Headless, I saw that.
There you go. Maybe you should hire your services to YouTubers.
I give my services to YouTubers for free usually.
Oh, there you go. Just explain it when they have to fight, like, for instance, what happened to Heathen. Understand you get one shot at this. Here, you write up the text you're going to use, and you give it to them and say, that's what you put in there.
Well, I mean, the punchline is when I got the thing, because what happened was I had, like, this tiny little quarter-inch icon up there is all that was actually displayed in the screen, and I doubt anyone could make out what it was. In the hang-up, we couldn't make out what the fuck it was. So I'm thinking that the person that actually did the porn bombing must have also been the person that flagged it. But I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, there's no way anyone could have made that out on the fucking stream. Give me a fucking break. This idiot came in, pulled this crap, we ejected him immediately. This is a nothing thing. So I didn't take it very seriously when I went and filed my appeal. And apparently I should have.
Yeah, any appeal you make, you gotta make sure you're serious about it.
Because, I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, there's no fucking way they'll uphold this. This probably just got, somebody reported it, nobody's reviewed it, I'll just put in the appeal, they'll take a look at it and go, oh, well, there's nothing there.
Yes, that's what I thought when I started with my copyright problem. But no, they're being really, really ignorant and stupid, and the person's actually fighting it. And I'm thinking, this is a video that doesn't have monetization on it. Yeah, it's one of my more popular videos and probably has a couple thousand views because it was Streisand Effect. But what is the point? You're not making any money off of it. Welcome back, Fabio.
Hey, sorry about
shit,
that.
back.
But I had to call. I'm sorry, I don't want to derail the conversation, so I don't know what you guys were talking about. But I just had a really funny phone call right now, which I urge you to do. I don't know if you guys see, there is an HBO program on Sunday called Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. I don't know if you got it.
Actually, somebody just linked me yesterday to the channel, and I started just devouring what they had on there. That's some great stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, the program is fucking amazing. The guy is really great. And last Sunday they made the central piece was about pastors asking for money. So lo and behold, they I'm sorry.
They set up their own religion.
They set up their own fucking church. And it's regular. They had a lawyer setting up, and they explain, all the things they have to do to set it up, and they actually ask for money. So they have a PO box. They have a PO box, and they have a website, which is interesting because you go there. There is a proper website, and the church is called the Lady of Perpetual. Oh, hold on a second, because
The lady of the perpetual explosive diarrhea.
No,
The lady of perpetual sadness?
No.
It was like exploitation or something like that. I don't remember what it was.
Nope. Oh fuck.
The lady of plentiful bosoms.
No.
That'd be me.
No, it sounded somewhat legit while still being funny.
Yeah. Hold on.
Pixar didn't happen.
Oh, they had pigs. But anyway, yeah. There's I've actually.
It's Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption.
There we go. Exemption.
Yeah.
Like tax exemption.
And they have a phone number, which I'll paste over there. It's an 800 number, so it's free, and it's 2 minutes 47 of a recorded message. But I'll write it down, and then everybody, if you want, you will call that, and I will guarantee it is worth your time, especially if you sometimes spend time listening to G-Man and shit like that. That's worth your time. It's 2 minutes 47 of a recorded message. Is basically at a certain point it's John Oliver shouting at you, "Give me your fucking money! Give me your money!" It's that brilliant. And in the website, because they set up a proper church.
Thank you, Eden.
You're welcome. Sorry. Skype thing. Never mind. Cogito thing.
Continue there, Fabio.
And in the website, there is a disclaimer at the bottom that says, Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption is a proper church, yada, yada, yada. You will send us money. Please send us money. And says, this church can be disbanded at any time without notice, and all the money which will be gathered will be sent to Doctors Without Borders.
Cool.
So it is really cool, actually. So I mean, even if you don't want to give money, call the number. Again, it's an 800 number, so I guess it's a free number. Is it? It should be toll free, I think.
It would be in at least U.S., maybe North.
Yes.
North
Yeah. Of course. I'm talking about U.S. Yeah. And if you don't have, you can use Skype if you're from Canada. But I can guarantee you, it is worth your time. It's that fucked up. Anyway, sorry about that. That's why I was laughing like I'm a moron.
Yeah.
No problem.
Oh, they are a great show. I mean, they've done things in other countries based to go after their idiocy in that country.
Mm.
I can't remember where they did the commercials, but it was.
They made the commercials. They made that piece against FIFA, and.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, they made that one, and at the end, they were asking for the sponsors FIFA, and amongst them there was, I think, McDonald's. Who's that?
That's the one. Budweiser. That's when you had to drink the lime.
I remember those two, but there was another one, and it said, that at the end of it, it said, because I love football, it said if you refrain from giving money to them, or if you just, shoot.
Pull your sponsorship.
If you just shoot, the president, whose name just, is missing me, said, I will eat, from McDonald's said, I will eat everything from your dollar menu, and I will drink a Budweiser, and said, fuck it, you know what? I will eat a Bud Lime, which nobody ever drinks. The funny thing was that next week, Blatter, the Swiss guy, got impeached. Mm-hmm. So the next week, he actually ate everything from the dollar menu at McDonald's, and he drank the Budweiser Lime. It's really good.
I mentioned we were discussing a little bit last night and the night before. Yeah. And by the way, here's their Jeff Weekend. And I just want to send a personal message to Kazoom, who says I'm in the religion of smoking, that I posted this ages ago, and this is an anti-smoking thing, so kiss my big white ass.
And actually, the presentation that he did pretending to smoking was fucking hilarious. It was great.
It was great. And they hired a guy to go around in one of these mascot costumes as this character, which is on my screen right now.
One note made it great, though. It had true information.
Exactly.
Is that like the new mascot for Marlboro?
Yes.
It was based on that.
That was supposed to be.
He's wearing the cowboy hat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the whole spiel kind of went on their imagery over the years and all this with the camel and all that as an example, and that was their result of all of it. So they're not having a shirt on.
They actually rented 5 minutes on I think Paraguay television because it was still related to the FIFA scandal, stuff like that. And there was one board member which apparently got really pissed with John Oliver and stuff like that. So he said really mean thing to him, and they rented 5 minutes on Paraguay television because he was from Paraguay, and he actually replied on Paraguay national television to that guy for 5 minutes. They bought that time. It's easy. I mean, those guys are really evil-spirited and mean. I love those guys.
Mm-hmm. And John Oliver has publicly said he has learned everything he knows, and that's after the fact of being a comedian in his own right. To Jon Stewart.
Oh yeah, no, it says that. Yeah, it makes no mystery about that, and he's really thankful about that. Yeah, he's really cool. But I'll go on and say that I think right now that program is way better than Bill Maher. As for poignancy and precision, and that surgical precision that you get with comedy when he's doing really well. And I think it's way more effective than Bill Maher, which, in my opinion, I mean, I love that show, but it's become a travesty of himself. It's always the same fucking show.
Same here, I agree. Yeah, and the reason is because John Oliver, This Week Tonight is more honest.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they do the fucking work. Holy shit.
Yeah.
For 7 months, they were talking to that religious guy. And he showed the friggin' letters.
And they went back and forth, give him money, and at the end they sent me $1, say, well, you're going to put it in the Bible, and after 2 weeks, you're going to send it back to me along with other $49, and please send me the $. And at the end, he showed it all and said, you know what? I haven't sent this one. Fuck you. I got this one. Yeah, I'll keep it this one.
And he sent him a check for, money.
$5.
In John's name. He was sent a check in his name oh shit. Yeah. I mean, it hurts the head for people who are kind of into this shit who are out of it now because no. Because that's where believing is in the woo as well as religious.
Yeah, it is really good. It is really good. But please again, take note of the number, or you go to the website is ladyofperpetualexemption.com, Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption.com, stuff like that. And there is a phone number, but it's the same one which I posted over there. And the reason I left before is that because I saw the show, but I didn't call the number. And my son, he just came and he said, have you called that number? I said, oh no. Well, he asked me, if I call a number in the U.S., I'm going to spend money, isn't it? I said, well, yeah, you do. Oh, because I saw the show. I said, no, hold on a second, fuck those. We're going to call it via Skype. So, and that's why I dropped out a little bit, because we wanted to hear that, because he said, there is a guy which called. He said, it's fucking hilarious. And it is fucking hilarious. It's 2 minutes 47. There is a recorded message from John Oliver, and it's like the show,
And by the way, HBO Canada has on the website for the Last Week Tonight, Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption. So that number will be accessible in Canada as well with a straight call.
There you go. Yeah, it's even better.
I'll be right back.
Are you going to make a call?
Actually, my mom's calling me, so I gotta answer.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Oh, that look on the, I just went to the webpage. That look on his face is
Yeah.
priceless. And they redid his hair a bit. Oh my. And he looks like Centaurum with that fucking sweater.
Yeah, that's fucking brilliant.
Talk about in-your-face comedy. And for 20 friggin' minutes! One Piece for more than 5 minutes. Holy shit. That's unheard of. Friggin' brilliant. But boy, talk about how screwed up the U.S. system is in more than just their politics. Because it would take politics to get rules like this, I think, for religious institutions. Oi! That was scary. The shadows wandered off. More coffee. Gotta be. The drain. Ooh, how are you, dear?
Good.
Hey, Rose.
Hi.
Hark? Is that what you said? Hey, I hear somebody else in the background.
What up?
Whoa, yo, you're back. Please.
Of
Cool.
course, I was passed the fuck out when he got home.
That led to great.
Not,
Yeah,
not
that's true.
Oh. It's Mr. Rose.
Hi,
Yes.
Fabio.
Hey. No, I was saying not about you. I was saying, you know, the voice in the background is Mr. Rose.
Yes.
What the fuck?
He's okay with it.
Yeah. No. I'm sure about it. You know. Yeah.
well, just like Mr. Pond. For the Doctor Who
Exactly.
fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rory.
So what's going on? What are we talking about?
Well, we were just talking about last week tonight, John Oliver last night, and the whole spiel on religious institutions and prosperity gospel.
Oh, I hadn't watched that one yet.
Oh, watch it, watch it, watch it.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
know I won't.
They have a new
were
web page.
And yeah, we're talking about the fact that there is when you see the show, there is an 800 number, and you should definitely call that number. Because I just did. My kid just came in and said, you know, if I call a number in the US, am I going to pay money? You say, yeah. But, you know, it's because of that show. I said, no, fuck it. You know, we're going to call it via Skype. So we'll listen to that. And it's a 2 minutes, it's a 2 minutes 47. It's a recorded message from John Oliver. And I swear to God, it is fucking brilliant. So you should call the number. It's an 800 number anyway, so it's really cool.
I will.
Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do admit there have been times that I've thought, you know, if I get a decent amount of properties I'm going to pay a good amount of tax on, all I need to do is sit there and, quote, start my own religion and, you know, just set up a parsonage exemption for my properties.
Oh,
Wait a
they
minute.
explain in details what are the requirements concerning the IRS in order for you to set up a church. So it's a public service show, and if you take notes, you can easily do that. Actually, to be fair, they during the show they say that because of one of the requirements is that it must be a separate legal entity. They opened a non-profit organization in Texas, and they said, you know, it's a state which I've never been. I don't think I'll ever go there, but apparently they don't care about that, so they let me open that, non-profit organization over there, and they show, the paper. So it's actually bloody brilliant, and I'm wondering how many churches is going to be opening, in the following days because of that show.
Oh, quite a bit, quite a bit. Anonymous, I'm sure, will start a few up. But that's a good idea, Heathen, for any property you do buy that you've been looking at interested.
Well, the funnier part is that she actually does have her degree in world religion, so.
Yeah. So you could do a whole trailer park of churches.
And funnily enough, that's not a requirement for the IRS. So
No, having any fucking clue about anything theological is not a requirement.
No. Yeah, again, it's not a requirement.
You don't have to be a reverend or anything.
Yeah.
But the way that they have it set up, you could be somebody that just gets together with a bunch of friends and smokes dope once a week, and you'd qualify.
Oh, the Church of Cannabis is a church.
It is.
To
Yep.
Started in Tennessee.
Indiana.
Yeah, that's right. I knew it was one of those Bible thumpers.
But at first, didn't it first open in Colorado after the law?
No, Indiana after the
Down of
the religion. No.
They were trying to get an exemption to be able to smoke pot, basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, now I remember this
The
stuff.
religions can refute religious
Yeah.
businesses.
Which is kind of funny because that's the original argument why the religion exemption came in, is because the natives in California, was it? They wanted to, they smoked peyote and took peyote and smoked cannabis and said, no, that's part of our religion, man. Fuck you.
And then we started having all kinds of other little weird cults that were doing the same fucking thing, claiming the same exemption.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Church of Body Modification.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Basically, it's a front for a bunch of idiots who want to do stupid things to their face.
Oh.
And the employer wants to get rid of them. They go, no, it's religion. I'm a member of a church. And then the church gets a lawyer to go sue your employer. Then next thing you know, you're building a special bathroom for the idiot.
And who's the ones that scream that people are getting special privileges?
Yeah.
It's the bloody religious idiots who demand their special privilege. We want to discriminate against people we don't like, but that's not discrimination.
Yeah. But if you don't let us discriminate against people we don't like, then you're persecuting us.
Anyway, sorry. Back to religion, unfortunately.
No. They need to make a thing.
Send me $1.
Y'all hear me?
And I'm going to change browsers. I will be, well, I'd say I'll be right back, but I'm just going to be beside myself for a second.
That's always fun.
Gets really entertaining with the third.
Anybody hear me?
Sort of, kind of. You're really kind of hollow in the background.
I tried.
I'm on my other laptop. Let me see if I can fix this.
Yeah, it sounds like you're like 40 feet away or something.
Yeah.
Exaggerated, 20 feet away.
Okay, now we have the wireless.
Like when I'm yelling from the kitchen.
So how you doing, Rose?
Good. I just ate a chocolate thingy. Well, I ate half of a chocolate thing that has it has 10 milligrams of goodness in it.
I'm not sugar stuff. Yeah.
That's a good follow-up, Heathens.
I was wondering how long it was going to take you to actually laugh inappropriately in an inopportune moment at that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being nice to Gary since I went after him and telling him that Hitler didn't do anything bad.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he won't. Okay, Gary. No. I'll explain. Gary didn't want to say anything bad about.
There.
Gary
Thank you, Prudent. Thank you, Prudent.
No, Gary was making this argument that he doesn't say anything bad about anyone, so he's like, well, how about Hitler? Are you comfortable saying something bad about Hitler? If I recall correctly, that was basically...
Right. And then we dragged
Sorry, he deserved it.
Yeah, he kind of did. You know, he got a whole hangout without any Hitlers.
Yeah. And he just couldn't win. He just could not win.
But yeah, it was. Well, I can say something nice about anyone. It's like, really? Let's pick a few people.
I can say something nice about Hitler. Anybody can say something nice. He was a brilliant orator. Everybody knows.
He led the first and most successful anti-smoking campaign.
Well, there's that too.
Backed up with facts. What if they had then, right?
Don't apologize to me. I wish I didn't smoke.
But regardless, it's when you get to the point that he's defending a character like that from history, it's like, dude, really? Come on. And this was the counter that we were making a big deal out of the fact that when he's sitting there dealing with atheists, he's much quicker to criticize, and when he's dealing with Christians, he's much quicker to defend.
Right.
Which led to this, I could defend anyone, it's just me. I'm like, okay, let us pick one. Schmuck.
Who's a schmuck?
Funny Beetle, yeah, you, at the moment. Now watch it, I have all kinds of fur around here. I could actually make one that actually was made out of, actual fur, but...
Oh, cool. I know how to make wigs and facial hair.
No, because I've got the coyote tail over here. I've got 5 mink tails back there.
You know the trick of making wigs and fake beards and mustache? Rug hooking. It's the same damn techniques, just with a much finer tool, right? It's basically the same technique, except usually you do a double tie rather than a single with hooking.
No, that's something that I need to know, but okay, thank you.
Well, it might be good to know because working with real animal fur, you might have to patch. So
I don't know. The next hat should be interesting. I might end up going with a little bit more mink. Depends. I'm also going to have to talk to Andy at some point because I've got this conception in mind, and it's just a matter of how I end up going with it.
Cool.
Because what I have in mind should be funny.
Well, he said he was traveling, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, actually, he's on vacation with a girlfriend. So.
Oh, well, there we go. That's why we haven't seen him.
That's why I'm not bugging him right now. Granted, I think he's still on the standard invite list, but that doesn't really count. That's just standard invite.
Yeah.
But yeah, I talked with him to make sure he at least knew what was up with the channel. But of the 2 people that have commented about potentially wanting a hat, he's kind of the top of the list right now. Because the other one's going to have to get married first. Which sounds really funny, I guess.
What, you're the judge from Texas.
Oh, fuck. Why isn't the feds down there kicking his ass? Seriously. The judge that ordered a young man who defended his girlfriend.
The one that ordered him to marry. That's right. I forgot about that. I forgot that was Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, exactly.
This guy punched out some girl's ex-boyfriend, and the judge basically told him that, well, if you care about her that much, you should be marrying her, and basically required the 2 of them to get married.
And write some sort of passage,
or serve
over
them
and over
in jail,
again.
some shit like this. It was like you're either going to jail or you're getting married. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
That one's little. I think that judge is getting a little dementia.
There's something going on there. I don't know, man. But no, it was one of those things that they keep saying, oh yeah, we're going to become a patron after we're done with everything pertaining to trying to get the wedding set and all this other stuff because they have all those expenses. And the latest thing was, oh, hat too. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm only offering 3 freaking hats. That would be 2 spoken.
Limited edition.
Yeah. Well, it's each one's going to be unique.
Well,
I've got
I
mine
guess
right here.
if you kept offering hats, then eventually everyone has a hat, and there's nothing special about having a shaman's hat.
Well, other than the fact that I'm making everyone unique.
I know, but then everyone has a shaman's hat.
No, yeah. Why? What's wrong with that?
Every shaman has their hat.
Yeah.
I know, but there's nothing unique that if everyone has a shaman's hat, not everyone can be a shaman.
Well, that's kind of the problem is that at least if you have a shaman hat, you have some shaman cred, right? As opposed to these whack-a-moles on here that say, I'm a shaman, like we're supposed to be fucking impressed. I get linked to a video by somebody that pulls that shit. fucking hilarious. I'm like, dude, you know, I mentioned as an offhand thing that I walked that path for a while. You're a fucking asshat. I have a shaman hat. You have an ass hat. Get over it. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, this guy's a fucking tool in a hat, and he's sitting there talking about all this shit that I'm like, you know, you don't sound much like somebody that's supposedly a shaman. For fuck's sake, you're claiming to be talking to aliens.
Maybe they're an alien shaman.
No, shaman spoke to spirits.
Yes,
Well,
and this
yeah,
guy's
but
not claiming
they're
to be doing any
great.
of the shamanic crap. He's just claiming to be a psychic.
Yeah.
But he
And-
attached that word to himself to try to give himself credibility. It's like, dude, you're a fucking wingnut.
And to say shamanism has anything to do with aliens, then you may as well take that label off to uncover Scientology underneath.
Yeah, might as well. This guy's a fucking tool and a half. It's hilarious. Especially with the way he says, it's like, I'm a shaman. It's like, oh, really? Come on.
Wow. That
You
sounds
know,
like
it's like somebody going around going, I'm a druid. Really?
I just realized the other night we were talking, you know, you used that example with Epi and that. Do you think I'm crazy?
Gosh.
The guy coming up going, I'm crazy, man, don't mess with me, I'm crazy. Oh, really, what's your diagnosis? You know, you just described the same thing with shaman cred. Crazy cred. Crazy cred. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, it's like, I'm a shaman, I'm a shaman. It's like, okay, well, okay, you're claiming to be a shaman. Why are you talking about all this psychic crap? Because that has nothing to do with shamanism.
No.
The New Age woo thing, law of attraction, not shamanism.
Zen has more of shamanism than.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, ultimately, it's, yeah. Then, and when you start trying to, you know, beg for money based upon your claims that you can talk to dead people, you're not a fucking shaman. You're a piss poor psychic. Fucking cold reading douche. Anyway.
Who's doing what for who now?
I don't even remember the guy's fucking channel name.
I'll take that douche title. It's been filed away and put on the shelf, but I was one of those. I actually had somebody inquiring me. I commented on a spirit science thread, and he said, if you're okay for telling, what did you profess? Because I said that I was speaking as a former psychic who did all this stuff and other stuff, and it was kind of cool. I hope more engagement comes from him, because he was quite interested in what I used to claim to do over me being atheist towards woo now.
No, that's the thing that I've kind of learned while messing around in there. I mean, you have the people that are like your staunch cynics and or skeptics that are just lambasting the fuck out of them. You have the skeptics that are just kind of like, I don't know about this shit and want to investigate it further. And then you have the true believers, which come in a number of different flavors too, some of which, you know, all they're looking for is anything that'll validate any part of their claim, because if it validates this part of it, then certainly we'll find out the rest later. And then you have the blind motherfuckers that are just like, spirit science says this, therefore... Oh, shut up.
Yeah. The easy cult prey.
I do not pay attention to this contradiction. It doesn't matter if it's contradiction, because it's the spirit of what he's saying. What? Or you're just not saying the truth, and it's not contradictory? It's like, dude, come on, don't be stupid.
Cognitive dissonance is not just for the religious.
Yeah, but the people that are in there that are actually, you know, somewhat honestly trying to figure out if there's anything to it and this kind of stuff, I like them. They're kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dragnon is playing Candy Crush.
No, I'm playing Monster Hunter.
Oh.
And that's better than Candy Crush. Why?
Because you can hunt monsters online with people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Has
Candy
monsters.
Crush, you get candy.
Yes, but this has monsters. That's better.
Yes, Headless, but candy is dandy, but diamonds may just get you laid.
Yes, but monsters will always get the grabbing, you know. It's movie theater ethics. You take them to the monster flick so they grab onto you.
You got it. I love knee-jerk reactions. You never know when the end is going to go.
Okay, we lost a viewer over that. Not that it matters. This is technically being recorded offline. For all intents and purposes, we're doing the unlisted thing again. But of course, their shuffle regulars can still watch and or join. In theory, the invite should have all been sent out by this fucking hour.
Mm. Well, I don't know how long it was before I popped in and you sent.
Not long, not too long.
Cool, I woke up just in time.
No, it was probably about a half hour or so. I don't fucking know. I'm not paying attention. Paying attention would require like effort and shit, and right now, no.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm supposed to be dealing with Lorik, but that ain't happening right now.
Well, you need to take the day off anyway.
You take something off, I don't know. I was supposed to have a doctor's appointment today. Went down there, signed in. They brought in everyone else, and I'm sitting there in the empty waiting room going, what the fuck? My appointment was before these people, and I got here before half these people. So I go up to the counter, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to reschedule for another day. I'm going to have to cancel my appointment. They were like, oh. And then they're doing that whole, well, let's who's the person that's supposed to be bringing the people in for this doctor, all this other crap. She's like, oh, we can get you in next. And I looked at her and I said, you don't understand. I had a stroke a couple months ago. My attention span lasts so fucking long, and then I just go loopy. I need to get on the road and get home now, otherwise I'm fucking crawling back.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm like a little late for that. We'll reschedule you for tomorrow. I'm like, great, lovely. Let's not fuck it up next time.
It better be the first one.
I actually sent my wife to the doctor today because she's got a back pain. It's nothing serious, but the problem is that it was her birthday the 11th of August, but she wasn't there. So for next Saturday, I booked her, and she doesn't know nothing about that. I booked her a parachute jump. Yeah, they're gonna jump in tandem. And when she came back she came back from vacation with a back pain. So I called a friend of mine, which is his daughter, and say, you know what, I'm gonna send you my wife right now on Monday, and you gotta fix her because of that, and she doesn't know nothing. So I told my wife, you gotta go there, have some injection done or whatever the fuck. But so yeah. So yeah, for her birthday, I'm gonna yeah.
Cool.
So for her birthday, you're gonna throw your wife out of a plane.
Exactly. That's the fucking point. Thank you very much. That's
throw
the
mama
point.
from the plane.
Yeah. This time she's got a parachute.
Next time?
No, when I took my wife skydiving, I didn't let her take a chute.
Yeah, but it's an elaborate scheme, You gotta throw the first time with a chute, so the second time she's okay. So oh yeah, of course I gotta shoot at someone tied to me. No, you don't.
How big's the insurance policy?
Now people might think that's a joke, but actually, yeah, the first time that I took my wife skydiving, I made sure she did not have a parachute.
Just strapped.
And neither did I.
Oh, right. Because they did the inverted skydiving.
We did the indoor skydiving. Fuck that shit. No ground to hit.
No, there is a ceiling.
No, that's gonna be a proper one. She's gonna be launching from.
No,
I don't know.
You get more actual fly time though, and indoor.
Yeah. It's a hell of a lot cheaper, probably.
Nah, I don't know about that. I have no idea how much regular skydiving costs, but this was, for me at least, expensive.
It's a hell of a lot less frightening, less stressful.
Well, when I checked into it, because when I got under 300 pounds finally, that was kind of my goal, because I found out that for skydiving, 280 or 300 is the maximum weight. So I can now go skydiving, whether I would or not. I just want to check out the price, and it's like, no, thank you. I still want to, but no.
Well, they used to be quite expensive around here, because I checked 4 or 5 years ago, and they wanted something like, I think, 400 euros, 450 euros, which is it was fucking insane. I mean, I thought it was cool, but say, you know what, fuck it.
Okay, indoors a fuck ton cheaper.
Yeah. But then I rechecked this year, and now and the price is more or less 1/2 of what it used to be. So I said, yeah, okay. With everything including video and all that shit. So yeah.
But yeah, the part of the reason why. Now, she was talking for ages about wanting to do skydiving.
Mm-hmm.
And my answer is no. Now, it's in terms of that, the whole thing with my wife wanting to do what she wants, that's fine, you know. But on that one, no. This is pretty much the only time I put my foot down on anything. And she's like, well, you know, I could just go with my mother and not tell you. I'm like, yes, you could. You could certainly do that. But I'd better not know anytime before until afterwards.
I just checked the.
But we kind of have this agreement. I won't become a firefighter or anything like that, and she won't go skydiving. Mm-hmm. So we did this kind of as a compromise. Now, the reason why I have an issue with it is because I know somebody whose chute didn't open. And it isn't that their chute didn't open and they died, they lived. Which is arguably worse.
Yeah.
This woman broke damn near every bone in her freaking body. And I got to see her in the full body cast.
I don't know how high they jump on that. I can fucking guarantee you that she will not survive. They will both be dead. They jump from 40 to 100 meters.
Mm.
So yeah, they'd be dead.
Yeah, but this woman, in a way, got lucky and in a way got unlucky. Tree caught her just the right way on the way down, spun her like a son of a bitch, and she survived.
Hmm.
But just crack. And yeah, busted damn near every bone in her body. She had the full body cast and was in that for a long ass time. And then I was amazed to find out that like 2 years later, after she had finished recovering, the first thing she fucking does goes back up in a goddamn plane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, lady, you're crazy.
She got unlucky the first time. Yeah. I checked with the local airport here.
No, she'd been skydiving for years prior to that accident.
Yeah. The tandem skydive is 280 Canadian. Tandem with video, however, is 360. Yeah. Solo first jump 280, and then trained solo jump, which means after everything else, $70. But you go with a group.
It's 360 with a video, and how many euros would that be?
Give me a second, I'll tell you.
Yeah, the indoor skydiving, I think it was like $75 or something. Actually, 85, I think it was, with doing the high one. It's like an extra 10 or 20.
248 euros currently.
Wow, it's fucking yeah. My deal is way cheaper. It's about 215 euros with video and everything else. So yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now that's the Atlantic School of Skydiving, so they're quote unquote accredited and everything. I'm sure your guys are too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It's a proper school, proper association. Yeah. It's not, you know.
Yeah, things can be a bit pricey in Nova Scotia. We're considered the sticks, even though we have the best port in North America, natural port that is. It's the deepest, doesn't freeze. Halifax. And we have the highest tides, yay. And some of the world's oldest rocks. Is 4.3 billion last date, I think it was, on the Canadian shield.
Yeah. Something like that.
It's one of the original granite continent seed caps that float around. Yeah.
The funny thing was the guy which I called, and it's because I explained to him, you know, all the thing, you know, yeah, it's gonna be a gift for a birthday, and he was, yeah, it's cool, and then we, we arranged the date and stuff like that, and then at the end of it, he said, yeah, but are you sure that your wife, she's gonna jump? And I told him, well, I mean, she's pretty cool with all that kind of things, we used to go spelunking and all that shit, but.
Jelly.
Yeah, but I told him, you know what? You shouldn't be worried because, if she decides not to, well, I'll jump or my kid will jump. So, I mean, the appointment will not go wasted anyway. So, there is no risk involved for you at all.
Cool. Oh, my.
Yeah, no skydiving for me, sorry.
Me either. Not getting me to jump out of a plane.
I'd love to. I'd actually love to go parasailing.
Parasailing, that's when you're in a harness attached to a parachute attached to a boat. Yes, I want to do that so bad.
Well, no, not necessarily attached to a boat. You jump off a cliff.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's the hang glider version, or the parachute version of a hang glider. There we go.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
But you can use the parasails on boats as well.
You're talking about like base jumping, essentially.
Sort of, yeah. You're not in free fall.
They're different parachutes. They're built in a completely different way. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun. Yeah, I agree with you. It's really fun.
Yeah. I'd love to jump off a tall. I'd love to be able to go to BC, jump off one of the tall mountains, and just go.
Yeah.
That would be fly like a bird, basically.
There is a small ultralight field close to where I live, and you can go there and have a flight with either a Delta Wing or small helicopters and stuff like that in tandem. It's really cool. Actually, the Delta Wing with the engine on the back is really nice. I mean, it is actually like. The perception is like being in a motorcycle. There is a lot of noise coming from your back, the wind. It's really cool.
Nice. What's that called again?
I don't know. We call it Delta Wing. Just with the sail, like the.
I think there's a word in English for it, though, at least in North America.
Ultralight.
Ultralight, thank you.
Well, yeah, but ultralight, it's a whole category of stuff.
Yeah, an ultralight's fixed wing. What Fabio was saying is you're on like basically it's either the fan strapped to your back or you sit in a little cart and you're
Okay, I got you. I've seen those before. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's a Delta plane but you're sitting and you got the engine on your back.
Right. I want to check to see if somebody has one of those.
I don't know. I'm thinking the only way you get me to jump out of a plane is if I had an actual engine on my back. Anyway.
Iron Man.
My list.
Go Gadget earns. Yes.
I don't know. Jetpacks. Yay.
Yeah. Oh, I'd probably forget that.
Jetpacks. Continuing research and no significant developments in 40 years.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're kind of a novelty thing. There'd be no point of actually having them.
Same with the flying car.
They honestly don't work.
I mean, flying car as well. I mean, can you imagine the potential problems with that?
Imagine someone drunk driving a flying car.
Exactly.
And it's a lot easier not to kill a lot of people through horizontal movement than vertical, because there's also gravity, motherfuckers.
Well, then there's disgruntled co-workers and this kind of stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not even that. How about people who don't maintain their regular car, and now you've got someone who doesn't maintain something that flies?
Well, I mean, prior to 9/11, there were a couple instances of people flying planes into buildings. So when that initially happened, I'm like, oh, great, another fucking Cessna. They're like, no, dude, passenger plane. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah.
There had been like 2 or 3 of them over the course of the last month prior.
When that day happened, I was in Florida. My father called, woke me up, and said, have you been watching the news? I said, no. He said, America's under attack. And I was like,
yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah. What the fuck?
But, yeah, even the news wasn't saying that it was a terrorist act.
Well, they weren't calling it something like attack until the second plane, really. That's when they started shifting it.
Well, they kind of had to.
I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing. I was at a job interview for the Walmart job that I had, and it came on because there was a TV in the room that I was in, and the woman went completely white and went, "My son works there," and she just completely had a meltdown. and that my job interview consisted of keeping her calm and until they arrived, like her family could come and get her. And I spent my job interview.
Hope you got the job.
Oh, I did. I was actually given her job.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Nice.
unfortunate circumstances. Yeah.
No, yeah, mine will not be forgotten, most certainly. I was working at the FDIC at the time in downtown Dallas.
Yeah.
And went into work, and I was actually at the alternate site, which is just fucking across the street from the main building.
Mm.
And was over there for a little bit. They were playing this company-wide on IPTV, so we know what was going on, because this was basically the government TV channel you were allowed to watch while you were at work. And they were showing the feed on there, but when I first got there, I walk up and walk by the security desk. They're like, "Did you hear what happened?" I'm like, "What?" They're like, "The World Trade Center got hit by a plane." I'm like, "Oh, great, another fucking Cessna collision." He's like, "No, passenger plane." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Didn't believe him. Went in there, took a look at it, grabbed the phone, called the now ex-wife at the time, and I was like, "Yeah, turn on the TV." She goes, "What channel?" I said, "It doesn't fucking matter."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she was
really.
like, "What?" So she turns on the TV. She goes, "What movie is this?"
Yeah, because it did look like something out of a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. You know it's scary when you answer with it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But she didn't quite get that, and she calls her mother, and her mother had pretty much the same response she did of, "What movie is this?" For fuck's sake, you know. But yeah, it was a weird fucking day, because like an hour or two later, you know, after the first building, after the second building had been hit and the first one collapsed, they're like, "Oh, come over to the main building." I'm like, "I don't want to go over to the main building. This one's not marked FDIC on it. Fuck you."
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because then Pentagon.
So I'm over there at the main building for like maybe 40 minutes, and they're like, "Okay, all the regular employees go home, and all the contractors stay here." I'm like, "If the employees are going home, whose fucking computer am I supposed to be doing maintenance on? Fuck you. Why am I staying?"
Mm.
Or feel snip. Easier.
At that point, I'm like, "What is this? Just so that there'll be casualties in case the building were to be hit?"
Yeah.
Christ, it took them a while to shut down the damn planes. I felt a little bit better after that, but the ex-wife, as I said, wife at the time, was so freaked out that I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to go home, or else I'm going to be divorced in the morning."
Mm.
I remember the day it happened. I was at work, and it was after our first break that people started murmuring about a plane hitting the trade center, and we all thought it was a Cessna and stuff at first. And since we worked on motorhomes, we had TVs in the unit, so we turned on the TV to see the news, and that's when we saw that, oh, that's what's happened.
Yeah, that's not a little bitty fucking piece of shit plane.
Then we saw the second plane hit the building live, or as live as it gets. And that's when my buddy I worked with looked at me and said, "Well, there's going to be nothing good on TV for the next year."
Pretty much. And the kicker is, and it's funny because I was going to just make an offhand comment initially, but it's not something that you can apparently make an offhand comment about without people still needing to get into their stories about it. I think this is on a lot of levels similar to the JFK thing, because, I mean, with the prior generation, so to speak, I'd make a comment about JFK and they'd be like, "Oh, I remember where," and you'd hear all these stories. But to me, you know, I wasn't alive during that time period. I wasn't around, so these stories didn't mean jack shit to me.
Yeah.
Now, my daughter was 1 when this happened, so it doesn't mean all that much to her either.
Yeah.
All she's seen is the governmental consequences.
Yeah. From that period till around noon, we could not find a supervisor or manager anywhere on the floor. And by 1 o'clock, the supervisor was going around handing out papers to everyone.
What, tell them to go home for the day?
No. The plant is shut down because we don't know what the fuck is going on.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone went home. Everyone basically got a letter saying they were laid off. And of all the letters that were handed out, there was only 2 that said temporary layoff.
Ooh.
The rest said permanent.
Somebody decided to use that.
Oh no, it's literally nobody knew.
Yeah, they were probably making a bunch of calls a week later, if that.
Yeah. Because the industry I worked in, Paranor, really hinged on credit.
Oh,
Trade
gotcha.
between Canada and the U.S. So it's like all of a sudden this is just you're just throwing everything in the air now at this point.
Yeah, no, I get your full understanding.
Yeah.
Well, also depending on how things are set up with potential shipping and this kind of stuff, there's also the plane thing. Yeah. Because if those planes aren't flying, your shipments aren't coming.
Well, no, it's motorhomes, so it's all ground based.
Oh, okay.
But getting a chassis from the U.S. to Canada, sending a finished product now from Canada to the U.S. or overseas, that can all be shut down.
Yeah.
Then you also have to look at the economic stability of, is someone going to buy a luxury product?
Yeah.
When the market just tanks?
Oh, yeah.
And all sorts of
fucking chaos, man.
Yeah. The thing that saved it was Americans didn't fly as much and they took their vacations within the United States.
Yeah.
And people chose to buy motorhomes.
The thing is, having the recollection of, seeing some of the footage and this kind of stuff, and the Pentagon was a weird one because, they were attacking, for all intents and purposes, the financial center, with exception of the Pentagon, the proverbial financial heart of the U.S. in theory.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there working for the group that, granted, they're like, oh, well, they won't attack out here. I'm like, well, if they're attacking out here, why are you sending all the fucking, regular employees home? Oh, it's just a precaution. Well, then what about me, motherfucker, I mean, there was a lot of that, and that's why that's a big reason why it's like, dude, I can't forget this, because I was the fodder that was told to stay behind so we can get sympathy for the few people that were killed. But don't worry, it was just a skeleton crew.
I have to ask, do you think that the impact of that all over, okay, in pockets of governmental buildings and that, do you think maybe that kind of really fueled Tea Party and that sort of sentiment?
I don't think I can necessarily draw that connection. But what I think is interesting is there were other things that went on that day that have never made it to the media, that I only know about because of where I was working.
Whoa.
Not earlier that day, but between the first and second buildings being hit, there were a bunch of cops that were sent down to investigate one of the DC subway systems, as well as a van for potential bomb threats. I mean, there was a lot of shit going on there. I mean, they were scouring that fucking city for bombs.
Well, rightfully so. They were paranoid as hell.
And there was a question as to whether they found some or not. And I don't know, but one of the women that was working there, one of her kids was with the federal police, and there was a rumor, at least within the federal police force, that there had been at least one van full of explosives that was found. And I don't know whether it's true or not.
I would have to caution on the side of, err on the side of caution and say it's not, because you know how fearful low animals get.
Most likely not, but at the same point, I've never heard a second thing about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
But with with what was going on that day, even if there was, I don't think it would have made the news, because there was much bigger things to talk about.
Yeah. And you didn't want to scare anybody of the stuff you may have found that didn't go off.
Yeah. But but then all of a sudden now come the fucking conspiracy theories and there's no wreckage of the plane. I'm like, bullshit. I remember seeing the twisted fucking engine wreckage. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at photos of the Pentagon like a few days to a week later.
Yeah.
When the wreckage is cleaned up.
Well, also it pretty well dove almost straight down, and it missed. It hit the ground rather than the building. So.
Well, no. Actually, it didn't go straight down. It went real low and forward. But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was low and forward, but yeah, that thing was strafing at the time.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I mean, it was just it was at such an angle that it's like, holy crap! They're lucky they didn't just plane crash.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I can go on Google. I can look up Pentagon. I see plane wreckage on the lawn.
Oh, yeah.
No, exactly.
Oh, yeah. And in the initial news feed that I saw, there was in front of the fucking thing, one of the engines. You could see the damn thing, twisted mass. Yeah. But you could you could see the damn jet portion of it.
I remember that.
But still, you have these idiots that are like, well, I mean, I did have initially questions pertaining to Building 7, and that's the thing that got me wondering about this, because I remembered somebody saying they're going to have to pull it. Now,
Mhm.
to me, I'm like, were they planning on pulling it, and what's going, so I had some actual reasonable questions. But no, all it was somebody simply saying, well, the amount of structural damage that it's had, that thing's coming down one way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway.
Coming into that really out of context.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I made an offhand reference to 9/11, so we're
Yeah, that's what I
sitting there
figured.
ragging on the
Telling
conspiracy
stories.
theorists.
I came in at probably the very wrong time.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I mean, if you were Michael Land, that would have been, the wrong person
Ooh.
or the right person. I don't know. But you, it's perfectly fine.
Another instance which still hits a lot of people is when Columbia blew up. The
Yeah.
first shuttle.
Oh man, I remember that. I remember that real well.
I was in computer class. Somebody came in and said the shuttle just blew up, and they're watching it upstairs, and everybody just rushed.
I was in a locked psychiatric ward, and we were all called down, sat down, and they turned on the TV and had like 18 counselors there ready to talk to whoever needed to talk.
Cool.
But, it was a weird situation because, like, let's take the mental patients that might snap and put them in front of this broadcast.
Yeah, exactly. Why you want to do that? I mean, you got mental patients. You turn on the television to show them that stuff, and then you take, mental consultant to. Well,
I
why
think
show
I'm
them in
lying.
the first place?
If you don't do that, when you do when somebody does get out, their reality is now broken of what just happened while I was away for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Keeping them up with
away
reality.
for several months.
Right.
I mean, even
For
so,
several
the thing
months.
is,
You keep them up to date on major events so that they understand time is passing here, things have happened.
I just think they didn't want any of us to find out on the telephone.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I mean, this way they had everyone assembled so they could deal with it immediately.
And that way
Preventative
they
measure.
also know what you know and where you got your information from. You're not getting it second, third hand from the telephone, which may not be the truth because of just the rumor spreading that happens.
And it also explained why everyone got a dose of their happy meds.
Yeah.
An extra dose of whatever their PRN was to keep them calm.
Yeah.
Which they did right before leading us the fuck in there.
It was. I actually remember it was one of the times I almost started a fight too because I was, after running out of the class, I was walking upstairs and these two. I mean, they were bigger than I was at the time. Meatheads. And I said, "Did you see the shuttle blow up? Yeah, that was kind of cool." Yeah.
No, we had none of that. There was nobody was going. It was cool. Everyone was like, "Oh fuck, man."
This was high school, junior high. So.
Of course, like an hour later, they were making the "what color were the teacher's eyes" jokes, but
I remember when I was in 8th grade when it happened, the first one, and the principal of the school had everybody come into the one classroom where they had the TV set up, and we all sat down and watched it on the news together.
Yeah.
I've got one that everyone's going to remember. O.J. Simpson, the O.J. Simpson trial.
oh god, nobody that I knew gave a shit. You just couldn't fucking turn on the TV.
I
was the
remember
that
seeing
everybody remembers.
the live footage of the white Bronco going down the highway at low speed being chased by police cars.
Yeah.
That's why I remember.
I was in California at the time.
I remember looking at the TV and thinking, man, this is the worst fucking police chase ever. This is boring as fuck.
Well, my school actually broadcast the trial during spares. You could go to like this particular room and watch the trial, and then the day of the verdict, they announced it over the loudspeakers, and I was just that's kind of up there for me with like as if it would be my JFK, because for me that was the first big thing that I ever remember having.
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't remember what happened with the trial or where I was.
No.
Yeah, I don't remember.
OJ is a more culturally sensitive issue.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not-
for me, it had
and
no
not to-
real significance other than just irritation with the TV.
Yeah. Not to take away from you, Misty.
Yeah.
That's your thing. Cool. But things like even the shuttle disaster do affect people worldwide because
Oh yeah. I
Space-
can go
space-
see it.
space is for humanity, not just a country. The people
You
understand
almost said
that.
space is huge, didn't you?
No, Nope, I wasn't.
Okay.
No, I know
I
what
thought you were
you're
about to
That
go
would,
that way.
that would have been good.
I was going to make a joke out of that, actually.
Yeah.
The real question is, why are these events more memorable than any other events?
because they were, for me, at least the O.J. Simpson trial. I grew up to be a lawyer, Jordy.
Okay.
So for me, the O.J. Simpson trial ignited a desire for passion and justice in me, and from that point on, I knew what I wanted to do.
No, I understand that. That's cool. That's really awesome. But I meant, like, why are they so memorable, like, in general, like, as far as, like, why do people always mention these specific events as opposed to, like, the 20 different things that happened over this year that no one gives a shit about?
With the shuttle thing, it was just an assumption that we have this right, everything's going fine, we hadn't had any big issues along those lines, then all of a sudden, kerblooey. I mean, just symbolically in one's brain, you know, it's like we're going to space, it's become no big thing, we're really good at it. Boom! What the fuck?
It's the unexpected, you know. It's like with the accident with the Concorde in Paris. I mean, you don't expect that. I mean, that was the first accident of the Concorde. That was, you know, the first major accident of you know, space shuttle. So the unexpected is quite.
Well, I mean, things like regular plane crashes or planes going missing or whatever the fuck, this kind of stuff, it's like, yeah, that happens. But there are these other things that it's like, this is a first, this is unexpected, this is new. You know, we don't expect to see that. And you think of things like, well, you know, NASA knows what they're doing, they're competent, blah, 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 blah. And you have this certain degree of, I dare use the word, faith in their ability to do the job right. And this shakes that.
Well, yeah, they're supposed to be the smartest in the world, so you should expect them to, like, have everything figured out, right?
I mean, with the Trade Center thing, nobody could really accept the reality of it. Now, the New Yorkers had no real choice. Don't get me wrong on that one. But as for the rest of us, it didn't seem real. I mean, people were driving around for the next, like, week almost, in the U.S. at least, in the DFW area, where people were generally rude and flipping each other off, cutting them off. I'd had people that, when we'd have the dog in the back seat, that would try to get close enough to try and knock the dog's fucking head off, for fuck's sake, because people were such assholes. Yet at the same point, for about a week afterwards, everyone was driving completely sane and rational and calm. So they can do it. They're just assholes.
It's more or less because they thought that none of that would never ever happen because they're so protected, and then right?
Well, not just that.
I don't know. I don't know that it was just a false sense of security.
No.
It's. I really think for a lot of people, it's kind of like there's been enough death this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I could have been the guy in there, so whatever. Screw it. This week is gonna be me being happy, or me being passable, right?
And I want to make a comment about what Shadow said. You know, dare we say it, faith, a bit of faith, and with things like the shuttle and even the World Trade Center, the stories of those are told, understood worldwide, even successive generations, and it's built a sort of hope into those stories that moves it forward. So when your faith is, you know, tested, hope is shaken to the core, and that's why, you know, and again, nothing against, you know, OJ and that sort of thing, because it's very important in certain fields, but it doesn't carry the same hope, I don't think, as with other things like the Concorde too. I mean, that was hope for, you know, quicker travel. I mean, we all want teleporters, for fuck's sake.
Well, hang on a second, because I got to throw something else out there, and this might illustrate things a little bit, in terms of how we regard some things. Now, when I initially came down here, it was with this one gal that I'd met that was from Texas, and I met her mother, and I'd been told, you know, for ages, when you meet my mother, you have to ask her about her JFK story. And I'm kind of like, okay, because the JFK thing, you know, I'd seen the videos and this and that, but I wasn't there for it. It wasn't live. It wasn't, this is happening, this is real. It was just, you know, something in history. So you could kind of write it off that way because it wasn't something, so to speak, witnessed and affecting your generation. And when JFK was hit, it was like, you know, here's this incredibly powerful person that is so well protected and so well guarded, and if he can be taken out this easily, anyone can be. And it was a little bit of that, but at the same point, this woman's mother's story was that she was sitting there working in an office just a few blocks away, and she's just sitting there going around, and JFK was really disliked in Texas.
Yeah.
And she walks by and she sees it there, sitting there, and they have the picture of the motorcade going, and there's this big deal about it, and they're around in this corner and that corner, and she just kind of rolls her eyes at it, having no interest, and says, somebody should shoot that son of a bitch, walks out of the room, and then 5 minutes later walks back in, and she's like, oh my god, somebody shot the son of a bitch! You know, so she's mortified that she'd said that just a couple moments before he was shot.
I have another question. I don't know if you guys were talking about it before I got here, but do you guys think with the 24-hour news cycle that we'll ever get like these type of news stories again?
With the 24-hour news cycle, when these stories happen, we tend to find out about them quicker.
Yeah.
The looting in Ferguson and this and that.
Heathens, we also tend to find out everything as it happens and unfolds.
And the problem with finding out everything as it happens and unfolds is you're never getting the accurate story. You're getting a lot of speculation and people sitting there saying, well, it could have been this, it could have been that. And this is, I think, where a lot of conspiracy theories comes from, because they remember these initial reports in which they don't know what the fuck's happening.
Well, what I was going to say, Heathens, is they take now that everything's unfolded, and usually by the end of the day or by the end of the next couple of days, you now have enough information and they make a broadcast explaining what happened. The conspiracy theorists, they've recorded everything for the last 3 days. And they're going, well, wait a minute, they said this, but then they're saying this, so what's going on? And they can't figure it out.
Yeah, they can't figure out that those earlier broadcasts, they didn't know what the fuck all they were talking about.
Yeah, and the difference is one broadcast is made in the morning, and the other broadcast was made later in the day once something was fact-checked, and then they self-correct.
Okay, hang on. Fabio?
Yeah, but no, I was just wondering, if you're just telling me that it makes any difference whatsoever for a conspiracy theorist how much information they've got for the theory, because it doesn't.
Well, no, it doesn't. Hang on. I'm going to back you on this one. It doesn't technically matter, but for every single time that somebody tries to report something on the news that is inaccurate because it's just at this point we think this or we think that or this and that, every time they do one of those little reports, these are the things that the conspiracy theorists hold up as evidence to allegedly support their bullshit. Now, with or without that, they still be coming up with shit, but this is the thing that gets other people to buy the shit easier.
Yeah, that's why there's such a outcry. Sorry, Fabio, I just want to make this point. That's why there's such an outcry by some people about the journalism in North America now, include Canada in that, because it has gone downhill something fierce.
Yeah, no, I understand what you guys are saying, but I don't agree. I mean, in my opinion, the technicality of the conspiracy theory is that if you have some information which supports your crazy theory, that's a good theory. If you have some information which doesn't, that's part of the theory too, because it's all yeah,
but Fabio, what I'm saying now is
it's all part of the conspiracy. So I'm sorry, I'll be really brief. Okay. It's a paradox, but if you have more information, regardless of the kind of information, you will reinforce the conspiracy theory anyway, because a good information for the conspiracy, yeah, it's a good information. A bad information is a good information. So if you have more information, it's more, valid. The theory is more valid.
I'd actually argue that the people that are prone to believe in conspiracy theories will simply buy it. And I agree with you, Fabio, on that. Yeah. Fine. But the people that are less prone to believe in conspiracy theories, that are more likely to try and look into stuff, that try to quote research this crap, that's where all that bad information comes into play with swaying them.
Yeah, it's the moderate, the independent, unsure. And I agree with you, Fabio. The thinking behind conspiracy theory is actually a good thing with an abundant amount of information. The trouble is they don't throw out any information, so none of it's debunked.
Point of word too. For Fabio, with the overload of information they can get today because of that 24-hour news feed, and let's even add to that everybody who has a cell phone who takes out a video, who then gets it onto YouTube, just from every angle, there's just so much information that a conspiracy theorist can now pick and choose and write their own narrative and throw everything else. because they've got so much stuff to work with. I've seen photos after 9/11 of the dust clouds coming off the building, and they got these little circles on them with a blown-up version of, like, on the side, and it's supposed to be there's, like, this helicopter drone thing that was there. It's like, where does this shit come from?
Well, there's a brand new one,
But
Stonehenge.
that was exactly my point.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm just saying,
That was
so
exactly my
many
point.
photos, so many news releases, so much news footage, and even
The point is that it's
stuff,
making the lives of the people that want to spread conspiracy theories, it's just making their lives easier.
Yeah. That was
Because there's a lot
exactly
of-
my point.
yeah.
You know, it's because if you examine those theories, and I've been researching quite a lot of them, for quite some years. But if you take like a couple of them, like I don't know, the moon landing, for example, and the 9/11, okay, those were two completely different scenarios. Those were two completely different eras with completely different access to information. It doesn't make one bit of a difference because they are as strong as they are, regardless of the background information, the kind of information, the amount of information, the book written, and for one of them, the internet wasn't even there because those stories start way before. So again, I don't think the amount or quality of information makes that much of a difference. Crazy people are just crazy people. They just get everything.
No, and no, what he, yeah, I agree, Fabio. I think the danger in it is the gray area. Those people that don't know what to think and just follow a thread like a pig to a carrot.
But the thing is, there's a lot more information now. I mean, you can look at all the bullshit claims made pertaining to something like, say, the moon landing when we didn't have this kind of constant news cycle and all this other crap. And you look at their theory, and it seems a lot more threadbare than some of the stuff that they can sit there and cull through, thousands of hours worth of footage for all intents and purposes and just pick out the parts that they think support their bullshit.
Not even that, Heathens, but
I just think that they can build a better case when they have more shit to filter through.
Look at what Edward Current created as a spoof on 9/11 truthers. He created a little video of Building 7 coming down. The exploding windows made a happy face. There was a UFO because he added all that with editing equipment to edit a video.
Photoshop.
Yeah, it was all photoshopped. You can now even create something to fill that void in your conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
To support yourself.
Yeah, but again, I don't know. I don't know if but again, you're implying that conspiracy theory people, they really care about the quality of the information that they gather for their.
No.
They
Please,
don't.
We're not
just
trying
don't
to
care,
imply that. We're not trying to imply that. What we're saying is that there will be some things that support their argument, some things that would counter their argument. But it gives them a lot more they can use to try to support it while ignoring everything that counters it. It just gives them a lot more fodder to throw out there to try and convince gullible people.
And just like what Edward Current did, he trolls them by making a video, but then the conspiracy theorist picks it up and runs around waving it like a flag, saying, "Look, I have the truth."
Yeah.
And you can just sit back now and laugh at them, and you can never get rid of it.
I don't know, guys. I think I just disagree. I don't know, or either I'm missing something that you're saying,
I think, if I may, I think.
I just make another quick example. Not too much time ago, there was an airplane which crashed in Europe, and there were some people saying that was because the experiments that they're doing at CERN. It was a giant electromagnetic, whatever the fuck, shit happened. Okay? Now, the reason why that thing is really stupid is not, and I can say that, it is not because I have got access to the internet and I can, see things. It is because I have got a fucking map of Europe. And I can see what the plane actually crashed, and I can see that CERN it's even in another fucking state the plane crashed in France or Germany, I think, and CERN is in fucking Switzerland, and it's not even close to that.
Oh,
so
that's because Fabio, it wasn't related to CERN, it was related to HARP.
I was just going to say that. You
HARP
did.
did it.
But anyway.
you know what I'm saying. That if even now these people can come up with this crazy shit, and they can march on with that one with no shame at all. They can sprout it out easy peasy.
I'm not arguing with that. The thing is, we're not trying to argue against that. All that we're really saying is that before, where like for example, that plane crash, there was a limited amount of information available. The conspiracy theorists, the people prone to doing this, still made up their theory. They didn't have as much to try and support their theory. What I'm saying, all that we're really saying is that the problem with the 24-hour news cycle is that it's easier for these people to try and support their stupidity and to promote it, just because there's more footage.
Yeah.
Not that these theories wouldn't exist otherwise, they would. I just don't think they'd be as easy to be promoted, and I don't think it'd be as easy to sucker people that aren't necessarily the type that would do that normally.
It's more culturally.
It's easier to make a more compelling argument when you have more bullshit to pick and choose through. That's all.
Nazis learned that one.
Can I bring it back a little bit? Just a tiny bit back.
Go for it. So we don't have to jump the Nazi sharks.
Back that ass up.
No,
we're about to jump those Nazi sharks there.
No, I have another question. What do you guys think would be the next event that would actually cause like a stoppage, like 9/11 did, or like I can't think of anything else like OJ did? What do you think would be the next? What would your
like
guys'
a big
prediction?
historic thing that shakes the world where everyone remembers it?
Yeah,
I know
everyone
one
has to stop.
I know one I'd like it to be.
What?
Aliens.
We legalized all the states.
No, not
aliens. Yes,
No.
aliens.
That's what I figured.
No.
I want aliens, and I'll tell you why. Either they will bitch slap us and say smarten the fuck up,
Or they murder us.
or we will go extinct before our own hand does it and use this as cattle. Just deserves it, in my opinion. I wouldn't want it either, but it would sure put humanity in its place.
And there'd be all kinds of conspiracy theorists claiming it was some government black ops and a fake and all this other weird shit. Yeah, that'd be the fun part.
Yeah. Hey, they already made 3 movies about it.
Let's see now.
I think the only thing that would actually like make anybody stop what they're doing is if someone nukes someone else. That's literally.
Well, I was going to say a nuclear accident in Iraq, or Iran rather. Sorry.
I think Jordy's right with someone launching a nuke, using it in hostility. Because since World War II,
like that.
Atomic weapons were used. Cold War, everyone kind of realized, you have the stuff, but you got to be insane to use it. You've only got it to keep the other guy from using his.
Well, the thing is,
it's who pushes the button first.
You don't have to go to the extremes of nukes. I mean, more likely it'd be something small like. Okay, every year in Israel, they actually intercept several people that are trying to blow up the Weeping Wall or the Temple of the Mount. I think with the current climate over there, something like that's more likely.
A nuke in Israel, in Tel Aviv?
No, I don't think we could get a nuke. I don't really think that that's going to be a real consideration. Now, you'd be more likely to get a dirty bomb than a nuke, quite frankly. For starters. Second off, nukes are things that countries have. Private people don't. And what we're having a problem with isn't countries, we're having a problem with private people. Because as much as the Middle Eastern countries and what have you will sit there and, rattle their sabers, they have an idea of what would happen if they actually tried to fucking use one. And this is part of why I say some kind of like accident pertaining to some kind of nuclear weapon or something like this. Not the ones actually launched, but that there's some kind of, whether it be detonation or leak or something along these lines. And then your conspiracy nuts go absolutely fucking insane over it.
So. Hopefully, most of humanity will reject them at that point.
If there was some kind of accident with some nuclear weapon, because they do have them in Israel, if one of those nukes had some kind of fault in it and it ended up leaking radiation all over the place, or blew the fuck up, more likely the first and the latter, then they'd be like, oh no, this was clearly the Muslims at fault. Give me a fucking break.
What about North Korea opening its doors and needing the help from the world to help it get out of the shithole that it's in?
I don't think that would have the same impact. I don't think that would have the
I
same
think it's
impact.
almost expected.
Yeah.
I mean, the Berlin Wall was a big deal, but
Uh,
that's because the politicians made it a big deal.
Yeah.
And frankly, it was kind of a slow news period. That was like the only thing that was going on. That was kind of boring otherwise during that time.
So can we identify that the only thing that would make everyone stop is if it was a global event then?
Not with me, because I find things that I identify with a lot easier, even in the local, or I'm using local as in North America. Then, like, because I'm the one that O.J. Simpson affected, so for me it would be something tragic happening in this country that would get my attention.
Well, if it were like a global event, like I'm pretty sure it'd get your attention anyways.
Yeah, I was just making the caveat of.
Yeah,
for me
I
personally.
gotcha.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, the assassination of any kind of world leader or anything like this will get that a degree of that. But at the same point, America's fucked up in that, you know, let's just say that the president of Greece or whatever, I don't know what their technical leader is right now, let's just say that they got assassinated. Well, that'd be a big thing in Europe, but I don't think we'd give a shit.
I don't think I'd give a shit about that. 'Cause I'm in Europe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Greece is a.
Greece might have a party, but
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is there are, you know, and I'm using Greece as a very specific example because I think a lot of people will be like, whatever. But for some reason, U.S. leaders are regarded differently.
Are those? Is there a weapon that they can take out the like the EM?
Yes.
Electromagnetic pulse.
What you basically want to do is you want to take some kind of outer shell and put it around a device that has a lot of microcapacitors on it, and you just set it so that it actually discharges all the microcapacitors at once, and you can actually make essentially an EMP grenade.
Yeah.
So it just overloads them all at once, and you end up with a pretty substantial EM pulse. All you need is a button to trigger it, and you could make an EM grenade. Now, it would have to be... Actually, it wouldn't have to be that big with the microcapacitors, but it'd still be about the size of a brick phone, minimum, to actually get, you know, more than one building affected.
And just for the NSA, we do not advocate yourself building one of these.
Yeah, this is theory crafting. I mean,
for the
on the same level.
for the NSA, we actually don't have any blueprints.
No.
This is theory
Speak for yourself.
We have not Googled this in any way.
I've not Googled it, but I do have blueprints.
We do not confirm that the 13 has blueprints.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You know, anybody with electronics can make one.
Yeah, but at the same point, they actually have the blueprints on file at the Museum of Science in Massachusetts.
Cool.
Not
anymore. Paranoid, you're on the same level there. I was like, maybe we should just at least say, hey, even if it doesn't really mean anything.
No,
but still, it's fun.
you can actually look it up at the Museum of Science in Boston, Massachusetts. It's there, or at least it used to be.
Until this conversation was recorded by the NSA.
Yeah.
Or 9/11.
Yeah, a friend of mine actually worked on government contracts and worked on railguns and some other shit. It had potentially functional designs, but they just needed proper testing. And that design was one he's like, oh yeah, this one works. We know this one works. We've tested this one. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, I guess how do you get to the most people as possible? Turn off their power.
The problem is microcapacitors are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to business. I just had an interesting thought. Would satellite radar that they use for topography mapping, wouldn't that be a early detection system or a detection system for EMPs?
No, not EMP.
Okay. My reasoning was
the thing
that,
with a device like this is what it basically is an array of microcapacitors that are bound together in a very tight bundle that you're overloading all at once, and it actually generates an EMP pulse. But prior to that, all you have is a block of capacitors that you haven't even ran a current through.
I'm just gonna bow out. I've got to make dinner. It was
Take care,
nice chatting with you guys.
Bye.
If it's still going on when I come back, I'll pop back in.
Now, frankly, if the terrorists switched from bombs to EMP grenades, I'd be thrilled. It would stop the heart of the person that actually. It will stop the heart of the person that actually activates it. But other than that, it just fucks up some technology and everyone lives. I'd be fine with that.
Even
Would
if
it
they
stop,
did
would
it
it stop like a power grid? Like if you put it in a specific spot?
Well, potentially. I don't know. I have no idea how
What-
effective they actually are.
What kind of technology does this thing actually affect?
Anything that's not EMP shielded. You know, computer systems, cars, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Basically, if it has a computer chip, you're fucked.
So how do you, like, let's say it affects your, like, a desktop PC. Do you now have a very expensive paperweight, or do you have
You
to...
have a paperweight. You have a paperweight.
So it's no longer usable.
No longer.
Fries.
Yeah, it fries it.
Movies are shite because you cannot rebuild stuff out of EMP components.
Yeah.
Right.
They're fried. They're gone.
Yep, just fry your system.
Yep.
You're not powering that bastard back on. It's gone.
So in the case of the car, you've got an electric motor for your starter, you've got a battery, and you've got your onboard computer.
Your onboard computer, all your sensors, all this kind of stuff, all fried.
All right, so your engine light goes
including the
on.
battery. Including the battery.
But if the engine was running...
Same thing.
Yeah,
Engine dies.
doesn't matter.
Right, because you got a spark.
Engine
From
dies.
Yeah,
because,
you're not getting distributed.
because it kills the battery.
And
Yeah,
by
but
the way, cops have something.
Hold on. The
to do
battery
that.
is used to start the car, not to run the engine.
But if your battery disconnects while you're driving a modern car, the car stops running.
Did everyone convert to what Cuba did and just use really old cars?
Now, really old cars, you don't have this problem with, but all the newer ones, you need that car to be running constantly.
But no, cops do have a device I've seen where it can shoot out. And
Jackie!
Jackie!
I'm going to switch to
Don't you
Jackie.
look like
I'm
she
bored of
had
looking at
kitten
Fabio.
ears on.
Wait.
Sorry?
Hold on, hon, hold on. Yay, Jackie, it's been a while. How have you been?
I've been okay. Yeah. We've been going through a lot because we did our moves and yeah, so we're in California and I'm looking for a job.
Yep.
I just have to announce something. When I switched from Fabio to Jackie, Yoda booped her. You got booped by a cat. But you got booped by a cat.
It's not.
It's not headless.
It's not the same. You got booped by a kitten.
And those drapes in the background, it makes it look like you have kitten ears on.
I thought she did.
No, she doesn't have the headset that has the little ears.
Okay. I'm going to have to be careful not to move my camera, otherwise she'll get very sad.
Now she's caramel.
Oh, I'm moving them.
Okay, because
Oh, puppy. Oh, Forrest. Boop.
Look what you've done. Look what you've done.
Oh.
I was actually commenting about this thing here, hung up behind me.
Oh, yeah, I have one of those. It's upstairs.
Oh, you have a coyote tail.
Well, it's a foxtail.
Oh, this is an actual coyote tail.
But, guys, I met Brian in Exile.
Oh, I'm so bummed. Kevin sent me pictures, and I was so bummed. I was like, God damn it, why wasn't I in Colorado?
Yeah, their timing sucked with that. Otherwise, Red and I would have been going up there to meet a lot of you, but unfortunately, with the kids over and finances always sucking in the summer, we couldn't do it.
It's just, oh my god, it was like magical because we went there and we stayed over there in Colorado Springs and they just kept giving us weed and
you guys were legally allowed for that time.
And you actually missed Prudent being a stupid twat in one of the I'm sorry. We've had Pumpkin in here, but correction, it's twat.
Twat.
We need to get the sound there. Twat. You missed Prudent being a twat about you and you guys getting together with Brian and Exiled.
Oh no, what did you say?
They get together with him. They went to a Denny's. Why would anyone want to go to a Denny's?
Oh yeah.
Oh well,
Why not a Denny's?
we said you guys can pick where you want to go, and I guess we you
I just
know,
thought
the
that you
morning
had
for
this
breakfast.
broke-ass fucking college student trying to sit there being an elitist snob about where people
I
eat.
know, but
Okay,
I actually pulled a prank. Hold on, I pulled a prank on Prudent the other day because okay, so you know how that shuffle is playing like 24/7 for 8 days? Yeah. So Prudent Gate comes on. And
God is
hold on. Sorry.
Yes,
so
he did.
Kevin gives me Prudent's phone number that night, and the next day I text him, responding to the Craigslist ad that never got posted.
Oh no!
And he was like, oh my god, who is this? Wait, who is this? And then, like a few minutes later, like a half an hour later, he ends up calling me, and my voicemail recording was there. And I should have deleted it because he figured out who it was.
Hey, this is Big Bubba.
I'm gonna take a moment here and defend Prudence on his disdain for Denny's. Within the Denver, Colorado area, there are 15 IHOPs. So there were options.
Well, yeah, but no, wait. Headless, were you not here for that discussion? When
I was. I know why.
So you
But
know
it
that it had
doesn't
nothing to
like
do with it
Denny's.
being. So you know it had nothing to do with it actually being Denny's. He was just going, why? I don't know. See why anyone would go to a chain? Why wouldn't they go to some little mom and pop if you don't know if it's going to be good or not? Because all mom and pops are good. Oh.
That's why I'm picking an IHOP. It's kind of like a Denny's, but different.
Well, it was also partially that we just kind of didn't have time to. We didn't have the luxury to have the time to choose because Kevin and I had to be out the door by a certain time because we still had driving the rest
We
of the
did
day.
point out to Prudent that the point of going to these places is that you know what to expect when you go to eat there.
Yeah.
And this is what he was not grasping.
We also couldn't afford something too expensive, you know.
Oh yeah.
And you know they also had to be limited on what they spent. They were about to buy plane tickets to England, so. And it was fun. The Denny's meal that we had was really good because we had like pancakes and stuff. I think Denny's breakfast is a little bit better than IHOP, but I don't know. People will hate me for that. Sorry.
Like, of all the things you could be saying, as opposed to like, oh, they're together. Oh, the Denny's sucks.
Oh yeah, it's not. Isn't that cool that they all got to meet? It's well, I went to a Denny's.
He's just jealous. He's just jealous.
He's just
I have to admit,
annoying.
I was jealous too, actually.
Oh, and as a minor point of correction, it's 18 days. All the shuffles put together is 18 fucking days worth of content. 19 now, technically.
Well, I just saw last night's earlier today.
Oh, it shouldn't have gone through unless I screwed up my ordering.
And you may have screwed up the ordering then, because I was watching it earlier.
Oh no, it should be fine.
Wait, have I come into the picture yet?
Yeah, you're in the current one actually.
Oh, okay.
All right,
the current one you're
and
in.
as a counterpoint to the IHOP, it would be a 50-50 split to go to a Denny's or an IHOP's.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Has 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't compare you both to the same fucking thing.
Denny's was down the street from their house. It was easy and convenient, and Kevin and I had to pack up and go. So.
I think the real point is Prudent was being a twit.
Frick, my road trip's gonna cost a lot more now. God damn it.
Support your small
I have to go to
business.
England now. I have to go to the UK. And
Oh,
then I have
that
to go to
reminds me,
California.
Jackie, actually. Check
And
it
then I have
out.
to go to Texas.
The measuring stick.
Almost there. Almost there.
Oh, yay! Almost there.
Yeah, almost there. It's getting close. I have to roll the
Well,
hand forward, but
it's enough to distinguish it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can be like, yeah, you're flipping someone off. So, because that's the important part.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The question is, how frequently does that happen? Like when you go outside the house, 13.
No. Not
Not
often enough.
Not often enough.
It's more of a pride thing. He's had a stroke and he get it.
Yeah.
13, you can finally get it out.
You know, it's one of those things. I like to be able to.
Where's
Whether I
the
do or
link-
not's another matter.
Where's the link to that 18-day hangout?
Let me find it. Hang on. It's under this channel. It's playing
Oh,
constantly.
okay. I'll just.
Let me grab it if I can.
Wouldn't it be really convenient if you clicked the live button and it actually took you to like the page?
Imagine that.
That'd just be way too convenient.
It's actually more work for me to get to the goddamn thing than other viewers, which is kind of funny because you have to go in through, you know, like all the Creator Studio, yada yada yada. But yeah, this looks like it's an fairly early Jackie one at that.
Oh,
It might be the first one. I don't know. I haven't been really following
Oh,
it.
really? I might have to send the link to Kevin. Kevin's upstairs because, like, it's hot here. We just had a major heat wave.
Let's see what's going on.
And, like, if you drive, okay, we're on a mountain. If you drive down the mountain to the north, it's in the 110s. If you drive down the mountain to the south, it's in the 100s. And up on the mountain, it's in the 90s. So it's really hot. And so Kevin's up there with his computer. I'm down here with my computer because 2 computers in one room gets way too hot. So he's upstairs.
That's what air conditioning's for.
Well, we don't. This house doesn't have air conditioning.
Oh, bloody hell.
So I have a fan on.
I just opened up the Insomnia Shuffle for all episodes, and Jade's talking about Tommy Hall and butt sex.
Why is it when everyone talks about Tommy Hall, it degrades into butt sex?
This Tommy is fabulous.
Tommy Hall is a special cupcake.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, my. What a cupcake.
Yeah, from the looks of it, it has to be really early Jackie entry because you and Kevin aren't sitting there leaning forward and Skyping dirty things back and forth yet.
We didn't do that.
Right.
Holy shit, it's Cider Thinker. God damn.
Oh, hey,
Not
it's Cider. I haven't seen some of you in a while. Okay.
Hey, gang.
I will also note that you're barely speaking, but that might be because Jade's talking.
Yeah, I was still kind of shy.
Well, Jade can be a little overwhelming sometimes, too.
Yeah.
That's why she has clearly stated on multiple occasions, just tell me to shut up when you want me to shut up.
Yeah, Jade was one of the first
She
people who taught me how to just like yell in Hangouts because I never did because didn't want to interrupt.
Otherwise, you
Jade,
never fucking.
Jade made it clear.
However, I will advise you that when Jade does make that statement, she's not really wanting you to take her up on the offer.
She lies.
Hell no. Hell no. But at
No,
least
I've done it. I've done it. And
yeah.
I've done it
it
plenty of
didn't
damn
turn out
times.
too well.
Yeah.
I've also done it, but certain people she'll let it pass.
Yeah.
Like for me, she'll normally let it pass.
Oh yeah, we need to go visit Jade when we can. We're
I've seen
like
Jade for a
5
bit, too.
hours away from her. It's not that big of a trip.
I tell
I'm
you,
mad.
though, coming in late to the party,
I'm-
I'm getting quite the education.
I'm mad that
Yeah,
we didn't get to meet Carson.
Now, granted,
Oh, you can read
the
Carson either?
main reason why I
Oh.
decided to do the Eternal Shuffle is because we had these little dipshits that basically went out of their way to come up with a way to try and prevent me from being able to live stream. So I'm like, fuck you. You're going to take away my ability to live stream. I'm going to do nothing but for the next 18 fucking days straight. Fuck you. But the interesting thing is this really is the archive of the Insomnia Shuffle. I had no clue. I'm like, yeah, maybe it'll be 5 days worth. No, 18 for frick's sake. And all these ones that I'm doing like this are all being added to the tail end of it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I
So
think
it's not
I
about
was
the
so
live
wrong
stream
there.
that never ends.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
we can't stay off the
surprised
internet.
it's as short as 18 days because I know there were some shuffles that lasted almost like 24 hours, right?
Be right back.
No. There were
No?
nothing that lasted that long. Those insanely long ones that you're thinking of were done offline.
Right.
That was around the time of the Exiled incident. And
It
all
was
those
also
offline just
around
to be supportive.
It was also around the time when Kevin said he liked me.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were also doing the offline send too. Yeah. I mean, the thing is that even with the regular shuffles, a lot of time we'd take it offline and still keep going for like 6-7 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Because the big concern is always, if I start getting tired and I go to fall asleep, it's what might happen on the show that I might not be aware of because I'm not
Oh,
going
and
back
then
to watch
there's
it.
some shuffles that you had to take down because you didn't fall asleep.
Yeah, I had a couple of those, and there were also a couple where people did come in and do things that I deemed inappropriate, like the time that Lenny decided to show Lucy Lawless's tits on air. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, took it down immediately. I'm like, God damn it, had to go delete the fucking thing. And that was a good one too up to that point.
Anything that looks like a potato.
Nice tits though. Just saying. I have not had the full Lenny experience yet. I'm envious.
I miss Lenny.
Okay, I checked to see what we were talking about, and it's still all Jade talking. Holy shit.
What did I say? You need to learn to interrupt her, or she'll go on and on and on. She's like the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, but she's talking about lesbians and strap-ons, so you know.
Oh.
Those are the perfect times to interrupt her.
No, I like hearing about that. I mean, what?
After I said it, I was like, wait, no, those are funny, actually. No, the time you should interrupt her is when she's talking about science.
The longer Jade talks, the more likely it's going to end up going down that conversational path.
Yeah. It's quite a sharp decline, I think.
Yeah.
Even Jade runs out of things to talk about.
Oh, really?
What do you mean, even Jade? Jade runs out of things to talk about very quickly.
But she can continue talking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But,
by the way, hi, Cider.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'd like to see Jade do a filibuster.
I'd like to wait. I have to say, I'd like to see Jade not do a filibuster.
Yeah.
No, I'd like, because at the point when she says you can tell me to shut up and I'll sit down, you can't. You're not allowed. That's not how they work.
She's a quarter way through like the 28 things she was gonna say.
Yeah. And you can't interrupt her either, so that means she just gets to talk forever now.
Well, people she likes, she'll give a pass. So it's a question of whether she likes you or not, Headless. Just kidding. Everything got real quiet.
I was coughing, so.
Still real quiet.
Okay, you are being advised not to bother watching the Bible Thumping Wingnut Show. This is early Jackie.
What?
In that other one, she was being advised not to actually bother wasting her time on the likes of Bible Thumping Wingnut. So this is certainly early Jackie Shuffle.
I was gonna say, when? How old is that? How old is this shuffle?
Let me see what the
I
actual
think
date
it's August? Late August?
Hang on, let me see which one this is. Hang on.
Either late August or early September.
It's shit. This is one of the ones that was not dated. It's between let's see now. It's between 9/18 and 9/22.
Oh, okay.
What year?
14.
Last year.
Yeah.
Shit.
Almost been a. Oh, it's wait.
You've been
has it
around.
about
You've
a
been
year?
around longer than that, surely.
Huh?
I said you've been around longer than that, surely.
No, I've only been around for a year.
No, she's only been around for about a year, but we love her anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it up.
I've been around for 7 years. 13's been around for about 7 years.
Yep, it's me. I just have a couple months on Jordy, or he has a couple on me. One or the other. I can't remember
I
which.
can't remember. Either like we probably both had channels before that.
Well, it was a while. The thing is, I'd been lurking for a while before I actually started making videos. I didn't start making them until
I lurked for
08.
so long.
Yeah, I didn't start making them until 08. I'd been lurking probably for less time than you, so you probably technically, in terms of lurking, have more than me anyway around it.
I've lurked for longer than I've been on YouTube. I've probably been on YouTube for about like 2-3 years. And you've probably been for way longer.
I started making videos in 08.
I never worked. I just came in because I was like, hey, I don't know.
Well, that's the interesting thing because like everyone gets off easy for joining the community just by joining Hangouts. I got in really hard because I joined Brian's Minecraft server first. That's how I met everybody. It's sort of weird.
I've been here since 2007.
Oh yeah, Headless has been here for a very long
time. Ooh, you beat me a little bit.
Yeah. And it's my first channel. So it's not like my date's like been chopped off.
And you still not produced any fucking content.
Yeah, I somehow managed to acquire 7 subs.
How have you done that?
I just got a text message from Planned Parenthood.
It's
what?
Oh wow! Oh wow! No, hang on. Hold on.
The Planned Parenthood Direct app provides easy, discreet STD testing straight to your door. Check it out today, and then it gives me a link.
Is it because you were a student, or is it just because they just texted you randomly?
It's because I'm a patient.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense why they would text you.
Yeah.
You have received their services.
It's called birth control.
Yes.
That's a smart decision.
And of course things like, birth control and pap smears and, the stuff that they normally offer are things that apparently Republicans are opposed to because they're douchebags.
Can I just say I just got a message on Skype from Pingay, or one of those automated messages. Apparently it's his birthday, so happy birthday, Ping.
Well, by the time that this actually airs properly, it won't be anymore, but okay.
I'm going to send a birthday message anyways right now.
All right, we'll correct that for Jordy. It's happy belated birthday, Pingay.
There we go. Because what I'm actually a little bit torn on what I'm going to do with these. What I might be doing is showing every fucking, so to speak, lost shuffle on the main channel once we get back going. But that's 6 months from now, and there's going to be a lot of shuffles between now and then.
Fuck
you. They're also going to be added to that master friggin' list, which I've since trimmed. Because right now it's from 819 to current. 1914 to current, rather.
Gave it a circumcision.
Yeah.
Ooh, just a little off the top, sir.
Yep, just a little clip. I basically, because what would happen is I kept losing my space in it. Oh.
I rose?
Notes.
But yeah, I'm trying to cut it down because I keep screwing up and having to guess where I last left off, so now I'm just trimming the damn thing. And I'm probably going to recompile the list at some point again and do this again at some point, but fuck it for now. Hell, I could just turn it into its own fucking channel and just run the thing infinitely.
Good.
Yeah.
Good retakes. I'd say all too.
I don't know. I mean, I could certainly do a best of, but holy shit, there were a lot of them.
Yeah. Thing is, it's a continual conversation about weird stuff in daily life, and you can sit there and just listen in like you're at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. In the morning, I'm generally sitting there listening to whatever's going on with my morning coffee.
And typically we don't have usual stupid arguments.
Sorry to interrupt, but I noticed, 13, that there's a couple comments on your G+ post about the current live hangout asking for links. So.
I already invited one of the people. Who else do we have?
Wolf King.
Oh, Wolf King? Man, he should have been on the regular invite list. I'll let his goofy ass in here.
He's probably hot. He's probably stoned and missed it.
There we go. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, the thing is, I did tell Google to send out all the invites, so in theory, they should have been sent.
I got an invite. I got one of those invites that asks if you want to watch, and so I just went to Skype to dig for the link.
Yeah, the second one should have gone out to everyone, because after I got in here, I sent them out. But for some reason, this channel's been really weird with that. I've been having to send them out under Shadow sometimes.
I was going to say, I don't have, I've got this link through Skype, but I don't have,
no, yeah, but for some reason G+ has been doing weird fucking shit, apparently. I don't know.
I was going to say, I've dropped G+ for a while, see what that comes out of.
Speaking of G+ people, Jello is famous now, sort of.
I got that.
What's he done now?
Jello was at Hempfest, I think, this week.
He kind of photobombed someone.
He photobombed a really popular weed YouTuber. His name is Custom Grow 420. He's a filthy, dirty redneck burnout.
Nice.
but he was in the background of the video. You could see
Going
his little yellow tip.
Yep, just doing the.
Yeah, you just
The
tried.
the problem is Jello is probably more recognizable because of that. Therefore, when you make the video, you won't get the recognition, but everyone's going to start yelling Jello shots every time they see him in the background.
That's what I did. I went to your video. I don't watch Custom Grow 420 normally, but I went there just to say, hey, there's Jello shots.
Yep.
We should go Jello shot the video now and just start yelling Jello
Well,
shots.
if Jello Shots actually did content, he might get a hit.
Yeah. Well, when you say a hit,
Well, considering where he was, either way.
my point.
Point well taken.
Let's see, where is this? 1 pound joint, space needle joint. There we go, this one. And you can just see him like walk up right behind the guys. And
After he
like,
realizes
he's
what's
just
going
making
on.
faces.
He probably didn't even see the camera, though.
No, he did. He
No, he
realized
knew
what was
who the guy
going on and
was.
said, "Oh shit!" Got up and decided to stand back there and be obnoxious.
Yeah.
No, I figured he saw the 2 pound joint and stood up to go for that.
No, it wasn't the joint actually. We talked with him about this, and he's like, "Oh man, you got to see this! I totally fucking photobombed him."
He also apparently called out Tommy Chong while he was there.
Yeah, for being a douche.
For being a douche. He wouldn't sign
what-
anybody shit.
What did Tommy Chong do?
Tommy
Sat in
Chong
the
wasn't
fucking
signing
tent,
shit.
refused to sign any autographs, refused to pose for pictures, and just
Refused to
sat
take a
there trying to
joint.
sell his shit.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just selling shit.
Yeah.
But he also refused to like sign anything, which seems like a dick move.
Yeah.
2 seconds out of your damn day?
So if you bought something from him, would he sign it?
Probably not, because he said
No.
no one was signing. He wasn't signing it for anybody.
Nothing for anyone, no. No, you're just kind of being an ass.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the burnout culture either. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the burnout culture, so like that sort of stuff makes me mad. Like, at least freaking sign an autograph, you bitch.
Yeah, I can see if you bought something.
Bye, Jackie.
Just sign it. Yeah.
Actually, let's see how long we've been running this shindig. It might be time to call it. Seeing as people are starting to drop like flies.
Yeah, we need everyone to go.
Let's see now. We'd probably be getting more in here if it was actually sending out invites properly, but it just doesn't seem to want to do that from this channel for whatever fucked up reason. Here we go, YouTube. Let's get it.
Can you send it from the original from your other channels?
Yeah, I can, but at this point we've been running for a little bit of a while, and I don't know how long I want to run this.
Yeah.
Because eventually I'm going to have to charge the headset anyway around it.
Alright, we might have to get Phony Beatlemaniac in here after we watch his video with Trey.
No, we don't.
Fuck no.
No, we don't have to do that. We do not have to do that.
I'll explain why. They're talking about abortion.
Yeah, we don't have to do that. Cider's right, we don't have to do that.
Oh, no we don't. We are over 2 hours though, so I can cut this at any point now.
Well, the reason why we should do this is because Gary doesn't like to say anything bad about people after they're dead. So if he has a thing with abortion, that means he can't say anything bad about the fetus that was aborted.
I'll just say if 13's
His
cutting it
mind, it
now,
might be a
say,
person.
big dicks are bad for your health, stay black.
Yeah.
Gary is a special
I was going
kind
to
of
say,
special,
Phony
isn't it?
Phony and Trey, two more boring internet people I could not find.
I like Gary.
Trey's argumentation
don't get me wrong.
is so fucking bad.
Oh.
So, don't get me wrong, I like Gary, but I just find him monumentally
Actually,
boring.
do you want to make Gary's videos more interesting to watch?
Go on.
Turn on the captions.
Turn on subtitles.
Yeah, turn on the closed captions and read those.
Yeah.
Horrible. Fucking horrible.
There will be a point in a video where the closed captioning service that YouTube uses simply just gives up.
Yeah.
It stops trying.
That was fun. I think that was loud enough for the mic to pick up. That's pretty cool. And this isn't the oversensitive one. Oh well. Anyway, on that brown note, we're going to take this offline. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching those that did. Of course, Hangout's just going to go offline and people will be bullshitting offline afterwards as usual.